Hello, friends from the comic book and manga world. My name is G,
And I'm Hector.
and we're here to talk about the September 25th, 2023 FOC. Hector and I, we work for Penguin Random House, so the titles that you'll see today are those that we can sell into the international markets. We are also on social media, on not only on this YouTube channel, but on Twitter X, Instagram. Did I say that?
Yeah,
Instagram, and then there's one more, Facebook.
and Facebook. Yeah.
And you can find us at Pure Reach International Comics, where you can follow our updates and news on there, and also reach out if needed, um, or talk about any of the titles that we're going to talk about today. So we'll go ahead first with our picks for this
Yep.
week. And actually, first up is mine. I did talk about this before, but I have to talk about it again because it's on
Yeah.
this FOC. This is Nina, the Starry Bride. This is the volume one by Rikashi. This is Nina, who is orphaned, stealing to survive as one does, and then abducted because, as you'll see on the cover, because of her unusual lapis lazuli eyes. Her captor is that prince behind her who basically told her you have to do this thing where you're going to replace a deceased princess named Alicia because Alicia had the same eyes as you, and it's hard to find someone with the same eyes because this will work out.
Yep.
And despite changing this fortune, because she's basically a princess now, uh, Nina doesn't want to give up her old life without a fight, but it makes it hard when she has a budding feelings for this prince, knowing that she must eventually marry someone else at some point. So very drama heavy, love it.
Yeah.
There's torturous emotions that's inside and lots of fun. This is one to pick up.
Yes.
We're actually
That's very
gonna
fun.
go into some, yeah, we're gonna go into some cover picks next.
Yep. I think I'm first. And there it is. Uncanny Spider-Man 2. This is the Rose Bash variant. We have a trade dress and we have a virgin version that is a 1 in 100. This title is part of the Fall of X crossover event that's happening right now in Marvel Comics with the X-Men titles. And this is an amazing. I mean, we mentioned this before in this channel. We're fans of Rose Bash. This is such an amazing piece of art, and you see Spider-Man, the version of this story, which is a sort of a crossover between Spider-Man and Nightcrawler, and it is such a I mean, there's not much to say. It's just Rose Bash and at her best and doing this very cool looking image of the Spider-Man. This image was just released just before we recorded this video, so a lot of people haven't actually seen this yet. Uh, but make sure you pick it up because there's a lot of fans out there, not just for us on Scanning Spider-Man, which is on the second issue, but also of Rose Bash. So there we go. And to continue with my picks, Jean Grey, number 3. This is the Joshua Suavi, Sway Suavi. That's how he identifies himself in social media. Variant. This is also part of the Fall of X. This is such a beautiful piece of art with the I always get it wrong. Goblin Queen or Queen Goblin. I always get it wrong. But it's obviously she's being very menacing with fire in her background, with her long nails coming at you, with fire in her eyes too. And Suave, I mean, we've talked about his covers in here before. He does such amazing work with his covers. I love browsing through his social media, through his Instagram. He has done so many cool covers, but also he has all this art that he posts about. He even has a portrait of Angela Bassett that he posted when around the Oscar time. So you should check that out. And also, if you look, I one of my favorite for him is like he has a portrait of Majik as the way it looks like Anya Taylor-Joy, who played her in New Mutants. So I'm a big fan of his art. It's very beautiful, very cool, and this one is no exception, for sure.
Next up is my pick. This is Immortal Thor, issue number 3 by Giuseppe. This is this is a Marvel Comics Presents, but what I like about this is that clearly Thor is purview to spoilers because
Yeah.
he has somehow a copy
Yeah.
of Jonathan Hickman and Valeria Shadid's Marvel Gods, GODS acronym, and that mini series, and it looks like he's enjoying it.
Yeah.
Into the sun.
Yeah.
So
With
yeah.
the rainbow bridge above him.
Yes.
Very cool.
So yeah, he has access.
Yes, of course. Store.
Also, beautiful cover, a cover within
Yeah.
a cover. I really like it.
Yeah. Next up is Star Trek Strange New World, the Scorpius run number 3. This is Variant B by Elizabeth Beals. And again, I've mentioned in the past how I love Elizabeth Beals covers. And I've also mentioned recently, I mentioned how much I love the character of Uhura. And this is the new version, which is the younger version of Uhura that shows that was introduced in Strange New Worlds. The TV show is played by Nyota. Nyota Uhura is the character. Sorry, by Celia Rose Gooding. It's very cool because I like I said, it's a beautiful cover. It has like she's touching her heart, some light, and I don't know, stars are coming out of her heart, and it's very beautiful, and it kind of flows like something flowing around her. And like I said, I loved her character. It's a character Uhura, as played by Nichelle Nichols, the late Nichelle Nichols, was one of those on not underrated. I think a lot of people love her. I think it was for her time. It was such a breakout because it was you know, a black woman playing this main character in a series, and it was she was basically the only woman too in this show. So uh, I love that the new show Strange New Worlds and that this new series is giving Uhura a lot more stories, and which is prequel stories, obviously. But so every time I see an image of Uhura, I love it. Like I said, it's one of my favorites from Star Trek.
Next up, I have The Witcher Wild Animals. This is issue number 2. And this one I just really liked because of how like stunning it is. And it's Manuel
Yeah,
Fior, who is like an Italian artist. And the interesting about this is that this particular miniseries is a collaboration with the Witcher video game studio. So you can see the logo, it's CD Project Red, which is very interesting. And if you didn't know, Fior did other works like Celestia and 5,000 kilometers per hour, which are beautiful titles as well. And like it was no question that he was going to create such a beautiful cover here for The Witcher. So another one to check out this week.
yeah. And we continue with Star Wars Dr. Aphra number 37. This is the main cover by the amazing In-Hyuk Lee. Uh, it was hard for me because I love all 4 covers for this issue of Dr. Aphra. There's an Annie Wu, and um, there's a couple of anniversary ones, like there's a Clone Wars anniversary one with Death of the Darth Maul in it. And there's another one with the three Force Ghosts at the end of Return of the Jedi with Anakin, Yoda, and Obi-Wan. But this, the main cover, really knocks it out of the park. Is typical Inkuk Lee, very beautiful, very cool. And I love, how Afra is, admiring a gem as she always is, admiring all the stuff that she rescues from from archaeological sites. But then you also see Magna Tolvan in the back, sort of peeking out very, very mysteriously, sort of angrily, which is sort of describe the whole relationship with the Afra and Magna Tolvan. But it is very cool, and it's kind of those things that, oh wait, there's somebody back there. Ooh, she's definitely not happy. I also love that this series, the main covers, the previous one was by Derek Chu, and I think they're going to change into I forget who was doing it, the main one. Sorry about that. And then the next one is going to be somebody else who's going to keep doing it. So they kind of took a break and they let Derek Chu do the main one for 36, and then now Inkuk Lee is doing 37. So it's very, very cool. I like when they do that. They bring in some other artists to do the main covers. It's awesome.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it for our cover picks for this week, but we always end with some sort of announcement. And then Seven Seas has very recently put out an announcement of new titles, licenses that I'm very excited about. So first up, we have My Girlfriend's Not Here Today, Volume 1. So why that title? So this is about a young woman who's lonely despite having a girlfriend. It feels like her girlfriend is like they're not really dating, even though they are. So the main character just like doom scrolls through the internet on her phone and gets swept up in a conversation with Taki, who's like very outgoing, and like they're like they're really conversing very well. So she opens up more about her personal life to Taki, but then something happens where Taki is like, I'm gonna threaten you with blackmail because I know that you have a girlfriend. And she does that to get more time with her. So it's a story about getting trapped in this cycle of blackmail and infidelity. What a spicy story. So this is a girl's love
Yeah.
tale. So if you're into
Very,
that, yeah.
very romantic and toxic at the same
And toxic
time.
at the same time. But
It's
they're
it's very soap opera drama type stuff. It's awesome. I like
and I think all of us at some point like to read some
it.
toxicity at
Yeah,
times.
of course.
This is also the creator of Transparent Light Blue. So if you like that title too, this is one to pick up.
Yeah.
The next one is Only the Stars Know. I can't wait to read this. This is a self-contained boys' love romance about two men who, like, when they meet for the first time, it's like at a secluded park. And it was like a perfect place for stargazing. Like everything fell into place like a drama, right? They talk about their life, the problems that they're in. They're so connected together. And then suddenly they kiss, and then that's it. So the question of, will he meet him again? Will he not? Of course they're gonna meet again. This
Yeah.
is the boys' love. So this is the creator of Two Lions, which is also from Seven Seas. It's
Oh
also very good.
yeah.
I really love Two Lions as well.
Yeah.
So this is one to check out. So
I gotta mention, I love the subtlety of the two characters just looking away from each other, but their pinkies are touching,
their
and they're
pictures
on
are
top of
touching.
a starry sky too, which is
They're
awesome.
acting as if
And
they don't know what's happening.
yeah, but they're like we're being very casual, but their pinkies are touching, and also the like the shooting star with I can't really see it. I don't know if it's probably maybe the names of the creator. I don't know,
It's
but
yeah.
yeah, but it looks very cool. I love this cover. I love the premise, and I love the cover too. It's very cool.
And then we have two more titles that got announced. This one is the Mimosa Convention. This is actually a light novel, volume one.
Hmm.
Sakuma has little to brighten his boring life except the light in his life, which is his best friend Ushino, who is like good looking, has all the girls, has everything that Sakuma doesn't have. So that's a little bit of a tension there. But then on top of that, past drama separates their friendship. And so it leaves Sakuma alone without any friends at some point. But one day, Sakuma, after like time goes by, Sakuma is walking through a park. This is another park situation.
Yep, lots
And
of parts.
sees lots of parks, and he sees his old friend Ushio, um, but Ushino is dressed up in a schoolgirl's uniform, but sobbing like uncontrollably, and so it's like wondering what's going on, and you have to read to find out. So this is a high school LGBTQ plus a story about love, transformation. This is from the award-winning author of The Tunnel to Summer and The Exit of Goodbyes, which inspired that anime film as well. So from a creator that is really, really good at writing and like to bring stories to us. So this is one to watch out for. And then next we have Reborn Rich. This is the comic volume 1. This has been like the talk of the town because of the live action K-drama adaptation. This was originally a web novel, and it won an international like miniseries TV award at the Seoul International Drama Awards like recently, I think last week. And this one is about another revenge story. And this is about Hyunwoo, who for 13 years was a loyal employee at the Sunyang Group. It's a like largest corporation in South Korea in this story. He worked his way up from the bottom to the corporate ladder and got betrayed eventually, unfortunately. So he has nothing to show for himself. He's feeling so terrible to the point where he resigns himself to death, only to be reborn years in the past. So he's reborn, it's like back into the past, and he becomes the grandson of the founder of the CEO that did him wrong initially. But then he remembers all of the betrayal. So it becomes, even though he's reborn into the family now of that corporation, he's going to plot revenge against that corporation. So it's like very intriguing, like enthralling plot. It's so good. You have to read it.
We've been talking about this for a while now because everybody's talking about it, and I'm looking really forward to reading this. And it's I keep thinking about things to compare it, and I keep thinking of new things. But it's like Succession, the HBO show, meets Old Boy, which is like revenge, but an isekai, and it's like so many all these things and these tropes are just meeting into one big plot, which I'm really looking forward to. Definitely. And I made the choice of not watching the drama because I want to read it. I want to read it first.
Yeah, it's hard because the drama itself it made Korean history because it's like one of the highest ratings in terms of viewership. Like it like everyone knows about this because of how well received it was. So this is good news that Seven Seas has this too that we can read as well. So yeah, that's it with the announcements for this week. So we end on that. As always, Hector and I, we always enjoy doing these. So come back for more next week. And yeah, as we mentioned before, we're on social media at PRH International Comics, and those links are in the description below. And definitely tell us what you're picking up this week. So yeah, we'll end there.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone.